Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. Back in the studio, got the lighting worked out. Just got my own new lights taken care of here. Going to get a little diffuser. Might bring some of it down, but overall, I like the lights. I hope you like the lights. There's a little, this is, Kim Iverson told me this is what they do on Fox News. There's the shadow. That's the Fox News shadow. I don't want to say the bullshit that they say, but I want to look as pretty as those capitalist warmongers look. And I want to thank all of you who have supported the show. Some of you have sent me some money via the P.O. Box, and I very much appreciate that. One of you gave me travel money to go up to San Francisco to cover the Free Julian and Free Chelsea Manning event, which was fantastic. And so you've helped make the studio a little bit better. Just a little tweaky tweak, just to get the moneymaker popping. You know what I'm saying? So I talk a lot on this show about climate change and a Green New Deal because we are facing a crisis. The UN said last year that we had until 2030 to get something done. So it's 2019. We have less than 11 years for dramatic change. It needs like a progressive getting in the White House, putting in a complete progressive cabinet, a super progressive EPA and Department of the Interior. I mean, a super progressive policy, and it needs a Green New Deal. A very aggressive Green New Deal, like off of oil in 10 years Green New Deal. With the federal jobs guarantee, so like if you work for an oil company, you're not just fired and have to go out on the street. You are given the same wages and the same benefits while you get transitioned into a green job, right? So that's how you do that. We're shutting down this oil refinery. Everybody that works there will be making the same money that's federally guaranteed as we transition you into green jobs, right? That's what we need to do. So there's some bold leadership coming from the Democrats. Here it is. Look at this. President hopeful Biden looking for middle ground on climate policy. Man, the bold incremental centrism of the Democrats is just, boy, if you can't get invigorated by middle ground talk, I mean, that gets me as excited as when I hear bipartisan. Because bipartisan, I know a Republican and a Democratic fist are going to jam right up my ass. That's what bipartisan means. They're both going to stick it to me. I can't wait. So middle ground really feels exciting. Let's delve into this a little bit. Let's see what the Biden middle ground, bold, bipartisan, centrist, pragmatic leadership is going to bring us. The backbone of the policy will likely include the United States rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement. Okay, good, sure. And preserving U.S. regulations on emissions and vehicle fuel efficiency that Trump has sought to undo. Okay. I can't even stomach reading this goddamn bullshit. So yeah, Trump has undone this, but this emissions and vehicle fuel efficiency, that is incremental. That's environmental policy from 30 goddamn years ago. We're done. We're past that. We have no time for this. So getting a little 4-yard gain on this with this stupid political football. I mean, I'm all great. Paris emissions, but this is just like, yeah, we're gonna make that happening today, but we need to get off of oil. We need to get off of it. So he's going to say, I see, I'm fighting Trump. Trump just does ridiculously. Trump looked at these regulations and went, they're barely doing anything anyway. I'm going to get rid of them because my whole cabinet are climate change deniers. If you think the Paris Climate Agreement and regulations on emissions and fuel efficiency, you think that's going to stop climate change, you are a moron. You are a blithering idiot. You have your head so far up your centrist ass that you can taste your own bullshit coming out of your mouth. Does that make sense? It's a medical thing. Look it up. Science. According to one of the sources, Heather Zickel was part of the team advising Biden. Well, Heather, you need to do a better job advising. Your advising sucks. If this is what you're saying, and then this is such typical centrist Democratic bullshit. We got the Paris Climate Accord, vehicle emission standards, and we're raising gas mileage standards. What you're saying is, hey, oil lobby, you're still good. It's not the free ride you had with Trump, but you're still in business. No. We're done. We have no more time for fossil fuels. It's over. It's over. Their time is over. It's done. It's done. We're done. That's the start of the conversation is we're done. How do we end it so that people can keep their jobs and we don't have mass unemployment? How do we do that? That's the only discussion. That's the only debate. Heather. A team of jackwagons inviting Biden on a bunch of nonsense. She advised President Barack Obama. Wow. You remember that sweeping green energy that Obama did? Oh, that's right. Obama had more pipelines. Obama did fracking. He said, let's just see how Standing Rock plays out. Remember that? Let's just see how Standing Rock plays out. Let's just see how it plays out. Even though there's cops on Army Corps land shooting water cannons at protesters. People on sovereign land. And then he said, I'm going to stop the pipeline in December of 16 after Hillary lost, knowing 5 weeks later Trump was just going to turn it over. That's this bullshit incremental centrism. Oh, great. Somebody from the Obama team is helping with more centrism. Because here's what Obama could have done. He had the House and the Senate for about 2 years and the White House. He could have gone in there and said, this is it, baby. Green energy. Boom, boom, boom. All federal buildings are going to have to be completely green. We are getting off of Middle Eastern. He could have done that. He could have done a Green New Deal back in 2009, 10 years ago. We could be here 10 years later going, man, Obama, whew, I'm still living in my condo. I'm still living in my condo, as are 10 million other people still living in their homes. We're all talking about green. I'm not this lone weirdo with my electric car. Everyone's got one. There's solar panels on everything. We're just like, wow, look what Obama did in 10 years. And we now have another Democratic, hardline, progressive, left. Look at Labor's better. We could be pointing to this 10 years from now. Look what Obama did. Just be like, man, he was one of the best presidents ever. I would be sitting here saying, oh, he was one of the best presidents we've ever had. Look what he did. He didn't do it. Heather, you're on the losing team. The second source, a former Energy Department official advising Biden's campaign who asked not to be named, that's gutsy, said the policy could also be supportive of nuclear energy and fossil fuel options like natural gas and carbon capture technology, which limit emissions from coal plants and... Oh, God, I hate your centrist bullshit. Natural gas, so Oklahoma has more earthquakes than it's had. It used to get about 5 or 6 a year, Oklahoma. It gets something like hundreds a year because of fracking. That's natural gas. All the contaminated water all around, all those stories I've done from Colorado that Tim Stack sends us, that's all natural gas. Limit emissions, and so this is Joe Biden, oil guy, bank guy, war guy, saying, I better come in here and quiet these left progressives down. The AOC and the Sunrise Movement, ooh, I got to come in here and let's bring some order and middle ground it. We don't have time for middle ground, Joe. You'll be dead by the time the planet's going up in flames and the human race has been extinct. You'll be dead. But I might still be here, and anybody under the age of 30 is going to be here, and it's going to be a horror show for them. So here's what I tweeted when I saw this story. This centrism from the Democrats is so refreshing. I just wish Rosa Parks would have sat in the middle of the bus rather than the front where she caused all of that commotion. Yeah, Rosa, I've said this before. She needed to just move up like one row at a time, wait a couple years, get bipartisan support, and then stop in the middle. That's the kind of middle ground we needed from Rosa Parks. Other people online had some good ideas. Mike Preisner, So if 1 million species are about to go extinct from corporate pillaging, middle ground is letting corporations profit from driving 500,000 species into extinction? He's just asking a question. Mike Preisner, one of the producers at Empire Files. I've done the Jimmy Dore show with him numerous times. That's a great... Maybe we should have found a middle ground with Hitler, and then only 3 million Jews would have died. Could have found a middle ground, you know? Who else could we have gotten middle ground from? Maybe if we would have got a middle ground from Jeffrey Dahmer, instead he would have just been a serial killer and not a serial killer and a cannibal. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to like offend. I know if there's any if there's any serial killer cannibals watching the show who if you're a Patreon, if you support me financially and you're a serial killer and a cannibal, I'm not trying to come after you. I'm just saying, just don't eat bodies. You can kill them and fuck their corpses, but just don't eat them. That, just centrist, that's what we need. That's how severe climate change is, Joe. But then the head of the Sunrise Movement, who I saw speak in Los Angeles, she's on one of those videos. If you watch some of those videos from that auditorium at the Sunrise Movement, I know it's not great sound because I'm in this giant auditorium, but hear what she has to say and go to the Sunrise Movement. Here's what she wrote. Biden's middle ground will drown entire communities forever, set vast swaths of our country ablaze, kill millions of species, and tear apart the fabric of our global economy and society. My generation doesn't have the luxury or privilege of middle ground. Join the Green New Deal, folks. Go to the Sunrise Movement and sign up and get involved. Because this is what we're up against. Joe Biden and all these Obama, Clinton ass wagons going, middle ground, you burn bro purity tests. We don't have the time. Do you understand that? We don't have the time for middle ground, Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Goldman Sachs centrism that keeps the coal and oil industry happy. I don't care if they're happy. Here's what you say to them. I'm going to make sure all your employees stay employed as we transition them to green jobs. If you fight me, I'm going to fucking put you behind bars. If I was president, I would abuse the power the way Dick Cheney did, right? But I would do it for noble reasons. I would circumvent the Constitution only to implore a Green New Deal, and I would jail all of the CEOs of anybody obstruct. I would just jail them. I'd lock up Trump, Obama, Hillary, Biden, Bush, Cheney. I'd lock all them up. I'd lock them all up. I'd have them come to the White House for a big photo op session. Hey, we're all going to get together. And then the doors would close, and I'd say, lock them up. And I'd go, live, America. I've locked up the criminals. The wars are over. We're going to save the planet. Okay? And as I was doing that, all of the heads of by the way, 5 heads of the major war machine companies, defense contractors, are all women. 5 CEOs. I'd lock them all up. Boeing, Raytheon, Gina Haspel, John Bolton, lock them up. Pompeo, lock them up. That's what I would do. I say, you're all psychopaths. I can't reason with you. You can't shame those people. You're warmongering, destroy the planet. Days are over. You're all behind bars. We're going to get the Green New Deal going. Okay? That's what I would do if I was president. Lock these sons of bitches up because they're evil and they're stupid and they're speaking middle ground about the fate of the human race. Support me, patreon.com/Graham Elwood, Progressive Comedy Tour. Ron Placone and I are going to the East Coast. June 12th, Washington, D.C., the 13th, Baltimore, 14th and 15th, Philadelphia. June 16, New Haven, Connecticut. June 17, New York City. June 19, Boston. All my tour dates are at grahamelwood.com. Also, coming to Chicago with Jimmy in July. Going to Austin, Texas with Jimmy in May, and Tempe, Arizona, May 12th with Jimmy Dore. Go to grahamelwood.com. You are all political vigilantes. Get involved, or Joe Biden will let this planet burn.